So I'm going to be kegging the latest batch of, it's an English pale ale, or a best bitter really actually. I'm calling it Copper Wyre. I've got it ready in the fermenter. It's just going to go into the keg. So I'm just sanitising the keg now. So I've put in some sanitising solution. I've put the gas line on now, and I've pressurised the keg only up to about 5 psi. And just to make sure that sanitising solution comes all the way through the system, just because it's pressurised, I'm now going to empty some through the system. Yeah, that's great. So I'll make sure it's come all the way through the dip tube and also onto this party tap that I'm just using currently. So we'll just leave that for a while to sanitise. Okay, so that's been sanitising for a while. Next thing I need to do is to sanitise the siphon kit I've got here. So I'm just going to purge the CO2 out of the keg. Okay, take the lid off. Just move that out of the way for a second. And I'm going to use the sanitising solution that's in here to sanitise this siphon tube. Okay, let's run all the way through. Make sure we get the outside of the tube in as well. Okay, so we're going to leave that for a few minutes to sanitise now. Okay, so we've now got a freshly sanitised keg, and we've got the sanitised siphon. I'm just going to get rid of the last little bits of water, fresh water out of this. Okay, and I'm now going to siphon the finished beer from the fermenter into the keg. So using the auto siphon system. Okay, make sure we don't get any splashing. You can see why it's called Copper Wyre, hopefully. Nice copper colour beer. Okay, so that's making its way into the fermenter, into the keg from the fermenter. Just at the end there, not quite a full keg actually, a little bit of loss because of trub. Oh, maybe I'll get a little bit more out of that actually. We start with siphon. Okay, so we'll just stop the camera there while I get rid of the. Okay, so we've now got the freshly sanitised keg top, if you like. Just going to put that in place. They often need a little bit of a tweak to make sure they seal. So we'll do that when we put the gas on. Okay, turn it round. I'm now going to pressurise it with the CO2 line. You might be able to hear gas going in there. So what I'm going to do, because the gas will sink to the bottom and will displace the air that was in there, I'm going to burp the keg a couple of times. And that'll get rid of the air that's on the top. Obviously the air is going to stay on the beer. Give it a good burp and make sure that it's only CO2 that's in that keg now. Okay, so it's had 3 good burps. I'm just going to wait for it to repressurise. I'm pressurising it to around about 7 psi. I don't know if you can see on the gauge there, a little bit more, 7 or 8 psi thereabouts. And it's going to be in my sort of kegerator or fridge at the minute. It's going to be kept around about 7 degrees. It's a little bit cold at the minute, and that should bring me up to around about 1.8 volumes of CO2. So we'll put it into the fridge now and leave that gas on it. Okay, so there it is next to the other keg that has the Wakatu burst in it currently, that I'm drinking currently. It'll sit there for a week, probably closer to 2 weeks actually, and it'll slowly take on the carbonation there to give you the right carbonation level that we want in the beer. So I'm going to close it up now, and we'll come back and look at it in the fullness of time.